Welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra Interview Session, a program where we invite innovators, educators, stakeholders in the blockchain, crypto, and fintech ecosystem to come air their opinion and state of the ecosystem. So today we'll be talking about integration of blockchain into the education system. We could see what blockchain is doing in different sectors. So we are going to be looking how it's going to be playing a role in this education sector, which is a very vital sector. And we have a great educator, innovator, who is joining us from Texas, United States, to talk about this topic. I will have with me Dr. Sabeeta beside Singh, who is the CEO of Cardinal Services. Thank you, Dr. Sabeeta.
Sabeeta. So yes. So thank you for having me, and hello to the other half of the world. And I hope everyone is starting their 2021 much better than 2020.
To get a brief about yourself and your background before we proceed to the interview.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, that's good. Continue.
So I am the CEO of Cardinal Services, LLC, and we focus on the higher education sector, primarily from a consultancy and reconstruction perspective. We have seen where education was disrupted when the pandemic hit the world last year. So more and more my services were in demand, and I've been consulting across Africa, Asia, India, here in the US, as well as the Caribbean. There's a big demand as there was a push towards online learning, virtual learning, and a lot of educational delivery companies did not know how to do online. That is where we came in. So my company has been working with all the educational providers to ensure that the pipeline services for keeping our young brains and our students occupied were not disrupted by COVID. So we do a lot of work in the higher ed industry, focusing on what needs to be done in knowledge creation and delivering knowledge.
Interesting. That's very nice thing you're doing in the ecosystem. I also have education background. That's nice. Okay, looking at this topic, the topic of the day. Let me come from this direction. Would it be a great idea for blockchain courses to see what blockchain is doing these days? Wouldn't it be a good idea to be added into our school curriculum?
Oh, there's so much new stuff about blockchain because it is a very new topic for a lot of people. I think I want to answer your question more from what can blockchain do for education. So we know about the distributor ledger network. We understand the basics of how blockchain works. But when I think about bringing anything to a course curriculum from an educational delivery perspective, I have to look at a value. What is the value we can create in bringing this to educational delivery? So, to answer the question, what could blockchain do for education? I believe there are many applications and benefits of blockchain in terms of a blockchain-based ledger technology for education. First thing I want you to think about is student records. Okay, academic transcripts are one of the most time-consuming and labor-intensive tasks within universities. For us and our registrars, it takes a long time to ensure that academic transcripts are done accurately, reliable, and has proper student information. So before we issue a certified transcript of a student's grade, every entry has to be manually entered to verify accuracy. So you're teaching on one system, you're uploading grades on another, and you're bringing it together to verify the student's records. So it is one of those records that is used, and I believe that if we were to implement a blockchain across universities for academic transcripts, it will definitely reduce some of the labor intensiveness of getting the job done. The second thing is diplomas. Think about diplomas. Think about academic certificates. Just like grades, a student's diplomas and credentials could be issued and stored on a blockchain. Instead of asking the institution to send you a diploma or a copy of your transcript, let's say you're leaving Nigeria to come and work in Houston, okay? You need to get a verified copy of your academic transcript. So this would be a very long and tedious process where it's very labor intensive. You've got to reach out to your academic institution. They may have a lot of requests before they can eventually get it. But think about, having a blockchain network where you pretty much, right, and have an app on your phone that can link to your digital diploma. There are places that this is already being done. In the year 2017, MIT began issuing digital blockchain stored diplomas to its graduates, and MIT is doing a fantastic job. What this means is that it prevents people from submitting fake degrees. More and more, we see how fraud is committed with academic credentialing. So I believe having those secure ledgers within a blockchain network and verify the credibility of academic credentialing.
Okay. Dr. Sabeeta, let me add this to this so that I can still continue. Looking at one of the challenges that is facing integration of blockchain into the education system, we see there are not much satisfied blockchain people or lecturers or anything, and even integrating, like we are saying, integrating it into the system. Do you think we have a lot of workforce to integrate a blockchain, like you are saying?
So I believe we have to build up the talent pipeline. We have to do more education and awareness from a regulatory and governance perspective, because in order for anything to be successful, apart from having the people that can do it, you have to have the powers that be, the decision makers, to buy into it and believe in it. So we have to establish credibility. We have to ensure that when we're putting academic certifications on a blockchain, that the ministries of education and ministries of higher education understand the process, so that when we get their buy-in, when we get their approval, getting it along the other stages of the pipeline is so much easier. So we have to start from a regulatory approach where we get the overall buy-in and then filter it down the system. Do I believe we have, we do have the talent? Look at Bitcoin. I mean, you have a lot of blockchain experts. You have a lot of people involved in crypto. So I believe the talent is there. I believe there's more work to be done in upskilling the talent. But the same thing happened with artificial intelligence. The same thing happened when we were moving to digitization. It's just a matter of putting the skills in the right places, but it can be done, but we need buy-in first.
Interesting. That's very nice. Looking at this, we've been able to talk about blockchain or integration into the education sector. And we see what blockchain is doing in the finance sector, where it's revolutionizing it. We could see what it's doing with cryptocurrency. We could see what it's doing in other sectors. As a university professor, what's your thought about blockchain and its future? How do you see the future of blockchain?
I believe there's room for blockchain in our world. I believe we need blockchain. I am a firm supporter of blockchain because it provides an end-to-end systematic processing of a student's life cycle and their journey. I believe on that blockchain, you can track a student's life. You can see their progresses. You can see their entire journey. And that is important. That is something that will be useful information for a lot of employers as well. It is also useful for migration. It is mobile. It is portable. So it is something that needs to be done. It is a conversation that needs to be had. We need to talk more about it. We need to urge the policy makers to enforce it because it needs to happen.
That's very nice. It has really been an amazing time out with you, Dr. Sabeeta. But before we draw the curtain of today's episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session, I would like to get your closing remark, Doc.
So I want to commend you guys on the work you're doing, and I encourage you, to just reach out here if there's anything we can do in Houston to help you guys on the other parts of the world, getting blockchain in education, promoting it, educating others on the importance of having it done, helping you in implementation. Please reach out to me. You can get all my details from the host. I'm on LinkedIn as well. I am on Instagram. I am on all the social media, but the host has all my contact details. And please feel free to share it. I'm more than happy to get this initiative going. It is something that needs to be done, and we all need to be a part of it. We need to act responsibly and make it happen.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said is the truth. We'll be able to share your contact, and we are in this together. what we are doing is to promote blockchain adoption. Thank you very much, Dr. Bidasie Singh, CEO of Cardinal Services. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for having murdering your name. Sorry for
That's all
that.
right. That's all right. And that's part of diversity, our differences. So I am Dr. Sabeeta Bidasie Singh. Thank you for having me on CoinNewsExtra. I want to wish you guys all the best. Reach out if you need anything.
Thank you very much. It's our pleasure having you.